how to invest in stocks, how to buy stocks. I'm gonna try to break it down as simple as possible, okay? So, first thing you want to do is educate yourself. Educate yourself, which you apparently seem to already be doing. That's why you're watching this video. And make sure you subscribe to my channel to always stay tuned to the information that I'm putting out. Alright? And also, outside of following me, 2 good books that I recommend for beginners. First book is called One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch. The second book is called The Little Book That Beats the Market, and that's by Joel Greenblatt. All right, I'm gonna put the titles of the book in the description below, or whatever. So yeah, follow me, read those books. Those are good books to get started if you're a beginner. And honestly, them books are so good you really don't have to read any other books if you don't want to further your research, or you're not trying to be like a real. Actually, I wouldn't even say that. Those books are just that good. It's very easy to comprehend what they're talking about. It's not extra technical and all of that. It's broken down in the layman's terms, and the information is very potent. Okay, and it's nice and simple. It don't really take rocket scientists. It don't really take rocket science to do this, contrary to popular belief. All right, so that's step 1. Educate yourself. Step 2, after you educate yourself, you want to do your research on a stock, that is. So research, we'll put research stock candidates. All right. You may get your leads from just businesses that you may shop at or whatever. You may look. You may notice, like, if you fly Delta all the time, you may want to look into Delta Airlines stock, stuff like that. And when you look into it, you need to ask yourself a few questions. Ask yourself, do they pay a dividend? Do they have a lot of debt? Is there a high short interest on there? That's important. Okay? That is, I've taught you before about short selling. If it's a high short interest, that means it's a lot, and not necessarily a lot of people, but a lot of money, which could be just from one entity, shorting on a stock to go down. And short sellers that, when the short interest is that high, look, short selling ain't no joke. You gotta really know what you're doing. So when short sellers do that, more often than not, they know what they're doing. And research and study shows that stocks with a high short interest underperform the market. So stay away from companies that got a high short interest. All right, I can show you details in another video, but keep that in mind. You want low short interest. You want a company with low debt. You want a company that pays you dividends, and the history of the dividend payments have been steady and uptrending. That's a good sign. And you want these businesses to have good gross margins. It's very simply put. If you buy something for $100 and you're able to sell it for $200, that's 100% gross margin, because you're doubling your money. All right. Now, a good gross margin I have is like anything above 35%. Those are good gross margins. That's how you know it's a good business at its core. At its core, they have a good business. Higher the gross margin, the better. All right. So after you do your research on your stock, after you educated yourself on everything, you've done your research on the stocks in particular. Next, what you want to do is open you up a brokerage account. There's plenty of options. I always recommend Ameritrade, Etrade, or Scottrade. There's plenty others. I'm pretty sure they're good. I just don't want to stamp them like that because I've never used them. I never used Etrade either, but it's kind of the same. So, and I've never heard nothing crazy about it. I personally use Scottrade and Ameritrade. All right, and I know specifically with Ameritrade, you only need $50. You only need $50 to open up an account. Okay, and it's just like a bank. You're gonna give them the information that they ask for. You're gonna answer their questions. It should be set up that same day. You can fund it the same day and all that. As long as you got your bank account number, routing number, and all of that, you'll be good to go. All right, all it takes is $50 to open up your account. There's plenty of stocks you can buy for less than $50 too. All right, so after you have done that, and you have decided what stock you're going to actually buy, before you decide what stock you're going to actually buy, make sure that you identify the actual fundamental reason why you are buying that stock. Okay? Because that is going to tell you when you need to sell that stock, is when that reason is no more. Example, I always use this company as an example, Chipotle. They prided themselves on being a high quality organic food establishment. So if that would have been someone's reason, like me, if I had the opportunity to buy that stock before it went up like that, if I would have bought it and that would have been the reason why, I know once all them E. coli breakouts happened, I would have known to sell, because now their reputation is done and they can't be viewed as this high quality organic food having establishment anymore. Okay? Or it may be maybe you was gonna buy I don't know, maybe you're buying Tesla because it's electric cars and you feel like they're the go-to electric car company. Well, once competition gets a leg up on them, or whatever can go wrong, Tesla's that's still a pending thing, so that's kind of hard to say. But whatever, or I had a friend who bought Square app because they felt like they would do business through Square, and the stock had fell for a minute. They wanted to know if they should sell it. I said, well, did your reason for buying the company change? They said nope. I said, hold on to it, and eventually it went up. Until your reason for buying the stock changes, hold on to it. When that changes, then you sell it. All right. Matter of fact, let me put that on there. That's the second part of it. Identify reason to buy the stock. All right. Identify the reason. That's very important. Okay, because a lot of people don't know when they should sell the stock. When that reason changes, that's when you should sell the stock. All right. So after you have educated yourself, you did your research, you figured out like what's the specific reason you're going to buy the stock for, like you figured out what that competitive advantage is or what that proprietary thing that business offers, and you buy it. After you buy it, assuming it pays a dividend, which I recommended that you did, that it did have, is that it pays a dividend, is I would recommend putting yourself on a drip plan. DRIP plan. All right? DRIP. DRIP stands for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. That is going to compound your returns like crazy. All right? So every time that your business pays you a dividend, typically every 3 months, that dividend is automatically reinvested back into the stock. All right? And that is going to make the account grow way faster than if you just letting the dividend money sit up to the side or spending it or whatever and just letting the regular principal grow. Put that interest in there with it. That's compound interest. It'll grow way faster. Okay? Trust me. All right. So after you put yourself on a drip plan, what's the next step I have for y'all? Oh, simple. So after you put yourself in a drip plan, also I recommend adding more money to the investment over time. Okay? Assuming you have some kind of consistent income, like a job or whatever, take a percentage of your check and go ahead and add it to your stock, to your portfolio. That's gonna make your account grow even faster too. With that dividend payment being automatically reinvested, and then the money from your check or whatever you're getting is being paid into it. Treat it just like a bill. All right, and then it's just gonna grow way faster. Then you ain't gotta work until you goddamn 78 years old for retirement and all of that to get your pension and shit. You be able to have that, what Dr. Boyce Watkins talks about. You be able to have that fuck you money way quicker. All right, way quicker if you pay attention and you listening to what I'm saying. You taking my advice on what type of stocks to choose. Those stocks is gonna grow, and if you compounding it like that, it's gonna grow way faster. All right, so that's the beginner's guide into how to literally actually buy stocks. I'm gonna check y'all on the next one. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of more beginner-based videos, okay? Because a lot of people still don't know how to necessarily get started, like the actual how-to steps to getting started. So the next few videos I put out, I'm gonna be expounding on those details. Until next time.